Property tax assessment and protest time. I'm going to go over a lot of Facebook comments that I have been seeing and address those questions. I'm a mortgage lender in the great state of Texas, and I live in McLennan County, so that's where these questions are coming from. And TikTok, I don't have any PII, so don't block my video. Quick refresher on what is in that statement. You have your market value of improvements. That is your house. And then the third line, market value of your land. And our total market value, that is what the county thinks that your house could sell. Then you have appraised value. That is the number that you are getting taxed on. Market value and your appraised value can be different, or they can be the same, but your appraised value is never going to be higher than your market value, but your market value can be higher than your appraised value. If you're living in your house, you have a homestead exemption. If you don't, shame on you, and I'll create another video to show you how to do it and the importance of why. And then the exemptions, the bottom line, is going to show any other exemptions that you possibly could have on your house that apply. So last year what happened was a lot of people were complaining because their market values just completely skyrocketed. Share what I'm seeing. A lot of people market values stayed the same. Mine personally did. I protested last year. Questions asking why she says appraised value at the top are the same from 23 to 24, but she's talking about market value. The market value stayed at 215 both times, but her tax assessed appraised value jumped from 205 to 215. Saying this is her mom's statement, and the exact same thing happened to hers. It's hard because the terminology is so fluid, especially like the way that real estate agents use it, the way lenders use it, the way the county uses it, as far as marketed, taxed, assessed, appraised value. This guy was very helpful. Your market value stayed the same. The assessed value is allowed to be raised a max of 10% because they have their homestead on it. This is the first time that the tax assessed value caught up to the market value. So the market value, this top number, I mean, they could raise it by what they feel is deemed, but the tax assessed appraised value number, if they have a homestead, which they do, the max it can go up is 10% each year, and it will increase 10% each year until it meets the market number. These are helpful comments. This is how it's worked. And if you do the math, it is exactly 10% of what it increased. Okay. A follow-up on this thread was, how can I protest my market value if the market didn't value change, but my appraised value is going up 10%? I highly encourage, just like with this person saying, just protest. Because we don't want to just accept it. You have to at least try, right? You have to. And when you are protesting, you're protesting the market value, not the tax assessed value. You're protesting your market value. That's the higher of the two numbers. There's a lot of confusion on like, well, I can't protest because my market value didn't change. And yes, you can, as long as you can provide proof to the county appraisal district that it has. And that's where you just get with a real estate agent to provide comps to show what your home is worth. I'm in Waco. There are some houses that even their resale value is, they're doing price reductions when they're trying to sell their houses right now. So there's a good chance that you would be able to show that. You submit, sidebar, when you submit for a protest, the county is going to give you have to request it, but the county will give you all of their paperwork and data on why they think your home is worth that amount. And that's where you get a real estate agent and go, okay, this is what they used. What can you get me to show that my house is worth this amount? Your real estate agent should offer that service to you for free. Just go to the real estate agent that sold you your house. I had one more that I was going to do in this thread, and I thought I screenshot it, but I guess I didn't. But the comment was talking about improvements, that their improvements on their house went up like $30,000, and yet they had no improvements on their actual house. And I think what they're thinking is that the county thinks that they like did some upgrades or an add-on or something like that. That's not what it means. If you read it on your statement, it says market value of improvements, in parentheses, your structures and your buildings. That's what improvements is the actual buildings, because then you have market value of your agriculture, the actual land, and that's a separate number. There was another one that I had screenshotted about the age of the house and how it's going to go up no matter how old the house is. Well, the age of your house honestly doesn't have anything to do with how much you're going to sell your house for. I mean, I guess it does. A real estate agent, can counter me on that, and that it does. But if your area's resale market value for homes are increasing every single year, sure, a nicer, newer, more updated home may have a more substantial increase on what you're going to sell it for the next year. But really overall, everybody's real estate is improving, which is a good thing. You want to be able to buy your house for $175,000 and then 5 years later sell it for $295,000 or whatever. You want that. That's how you gain equity in your house. And that's why real estate is such a valuable and important financial opportunity, right? It's a really good investment. Real estate is a really good investment. It's hard when you have to pay taxes on it when it's increasing, and I totally get that. And that is why I go over with first-time home buyers that you need to be budgeting for that. If your homeowner's insurance or your property taxes are going to go up next year, make sure you're not starting off at the tippity top of your budget. It's going to be a fun series that I'm going to do. I'm going to just take questions and comments. Some are very helpful, some are not. That was the first one I did because that's the one that I've been seeing the most questions on, is regarding the difference between the market value and the tax appraised assessed value that they're getting taxed on, and why one goes up and one doesn't. Why is one staying the same, or why their market value dropped but their tax assessed value went up. If you comment below more questions, then I'll screenshot those. I will hide your name out from them and I will respond as well.